Okay, so take a look at this. At first glance, it looks incredibly simple, right? Just a blank screen and a single counter. But trust me, behind this website is a really fascinating story about how an ancient spiritual practice found a brand new home in the digital age. So let's get into it. To really understand what's happening here, we have to start with a pretty big question. How exactly do you take a tool, a kind of technology for the mind that's been around for millennia, and make it relevant for the internet age? It's a real challenge, for sure. And the answer, as this website shows us, is actually remarkably direct. You don't add a bunch of bells and whistles. Nope. You strip it all the way down to its absolute core function. You make it simple. And that is exactly what Istafarnet does. So, what is this ancient technology I'm talking about? Well, there's a little clue hidden right in the website's footer. It says powered by muspa7.com. And that one word, well, it's the key to understanding this entire thing. A masbaha is the Arabic term for prayer beads. It's a tool that's been used by Muslims for centuries. If you're looking for a comparison, it's a lot like a rosary in Christianity. It's a physical, tactile object that you hold to keep count during prayers and recitations. It's all about helping to focus the mind and, deepen one's devotion. You could almost call it a counter for the soul. Okay, so we've got the tool, the counter, but what is it actually counting? This brings us right to the heart of the website. The spiritual practice itself, istighfar. So istighfar is the formal act of seeking forgiveness from God in Islam. It's a really powerful and deeply personal practice of remembrance. It's a way for an individual to reflect, to repent, and to reconnect with their faith. And here is the core instruction right from the site. With every single tap of the mouse or the screen, the user is meant to say the phrase astaghfirullah, which basically translates to, I seek forgiveness from God. So each click corresponds to one recitation. Simple as that. So we get the what and the why. But how does the site actually translate this very personal ritual into a digital experience? Well, it does it with a tool that's incredibly simple, but also really powerful. The whole user experience is designed to be completely frictionless. You just visit the site, you tap or click anywhere on the screen, the number goes up. That's it. There are absolutely no distractions, no complicated interfaces, just the pure, simple act of counting. But here's where things get really interesting. The counting actually works on two different layers. First, you have your personal counter. That's your private tally of your own efforts. But then, there are the worldwide stats. And this is where a solitary act transforms into something so much bigger. This feature, this idea that one tap contributes to a global count, is probably the site's most profound innovation. It takes this deeply personal, internal act of prayer and visualizes it as part of a massive, connected community effort. It's pretty amazing. So you might look at your personal counter and see your own progress. Maybe you've said the phrase 33 times today, or 500 times in total, and that's a tangible record of your devotion. It's a meaningful but still individual journey. But then you look at the worldwide total, and suddenly your 500 contributions are just a small part of a collective count that has gone past 1.7 billion years. Your small act is instantly contextualized as a drop in this vast global ocean of prayer. And this just brilliantly illustrates that this isn't some niche tool. By offering the site in multiple languages like Arabic, Urdu, and French, it connects this diverse global community. I mean, someone in Paris or Karachi or Cairo can be participating in the exact same digital ritual at the exact same time. So what all this creates is essentially a digital congregation. It transforms what has traditionally been a very solitary act, one person with their prayer beads, into a shared, simultaneous, and truly global experience. This table really sums up the whole evolution perfectly. The medium shifts from physical beads to digital clicks. The experience moves from being solitary and private to connected and global. And, crucially, an act that was once pretty much intangible is now tracked and quantified as data. The scope just explodes from personal to worldwide. So here's the main takeaway. We've just witnessed a direct translation of an ancient tool into a modern one. What was once a physical string of beads is now literally a digital string of data. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. When we turn a personal act of faith into measurable global data, we gain a sense of community and a scale that was never, ever possible before. But in this translation from the physical to the digital, what might be lost? It's a fascinating question about the future of faith in our digital world. Thanks for tuning in.